What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So if you guys remember, I made some earlier videos about Shanquella Robinson and her untimely passing. May she rest in peace. Her family is now suing the travel companions. I don't even want to call them friends, but the people who went to Mexico with her. They're now being dubbed the Cabo Six. They went to Cabo, Mexico, and they essentially jumped this girl, okay? And she did not come back from Mexico. And I'm like, good, her family should sue. They should get justice for Shanquella. I'm going to play you guys this clip really quickly from Good Morning America, and then we will talk afterwards.
A North Carolina woman who died mysteriously while on vacation in Mexico 2 years ago. The family of Shanquella Robinson is now suing the 6 people she was traveling with, as well as the Justice Department and the FBI. Faith Abube joins us now with more. Good morning, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, Robin. Shanquella Robinson's family believes that the federal justice system failed them. 2 years after the North Carolina woman's death overseas, there is still no arrest. In fact, federal prosecutors have declined to pursue justice or charges in this case. And so now the family is believing that this lawsuit could potentially give them what they see as justice and accountability. This morning, Shanquella Robinson's family taking the FBI and the U.S. State Department to court in the mysterious death of the North Carolina woman. The newly filed lawsuit also naming the so-called Cabo Six, acquaintances who were vacationing with Robinson when she died in Mexico.
Those responsible for her murder have not been held accountable. The lack of justice serves as a painful reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by individuals, especially young Black women, when they seek adventure in unfamiliar places with unfamiliar faces.
The legal filing detailing multiple accusations, including wrongful death, conspiracy, and emotional distress.
It has been 2 years, and there's no reason that no one has not been arrested yet, and I need justice for my child.
Robinson was found dead in October 2022 inside a villa in Cabo San Lucas. Her travel partners allegedly saying Robinson died of alcohol poisoning, but an autopsy concluding Robinson suffered a broken neck and spine. This still image from a disturbing video surfacing on social media shortly after the incident, appearing to show one of Robinson's acquaintances beating her while 2 others recorded. U.S. authorities declining to pursue charges this past April, citing insufficient evidence.
This really speaks to how the family feels like the system failed Shanquella, and they're really seeking justice and reform when we look at them, including the FBI and the State Department, in their procedures that allowed for this to happen.
The family still hoping an ongoing investigation in Mexico will yield some answers as they remember Robinson as more than just a victim.
We are reminded of the joys that she brought to our lives and the profound loss felt by her family and friends.
And guys, the Robinson family is asking for the maximum monetary award the court will allow. They say that they know that the money won't bring her back, but they're hoping that it is a step towards justice and reform. Meantime, the FBI has declined to comment on pending litigation. Guys.
All right, Faith, thank you very much. And her family has been relentless in wanting answers to what exactly did happen.
Yeah, they should be.
Exactly, as they should be. 2 years and not one arrest, that's completely unacceptable. And there's video evidence. It would be one thing if, we had no idea what happened or there was some accident, right? But the fact that they all went down there as a group and we saw the brutal assault on her in 4K, the fact that, they lied and tried to cover it up, there's your evidence right there. I don't know where they came with, insufficient evidence. It's on video, and the video is circulating online. Like, we saw it. And for them to be so, apathetic and lackadaisical, I'm absolutely so proud of her family for hiring representation, for getting the attorneys involved. Now we have ABC, Good Morning America, right? So hopefully this will bring national attention to not only Shanquella in her case, may she rest in peace, but so many others, right, who are in vulnerable positions that seek help from the Justice Department, that seek help from the FBI, and are just met with complete apathy and indifference. Because there's no reason why 2 years should go by and not one arrest has been made. You saw who was assaulting her on that video. You know the names of the 6 travel companions that went with her to Mexico. They should definitely have some kind of, punitive something should happen, right? So that one, they don't do this to someone else. Two, so you send a message letting them know that Shanquella's life was, you know, taken unnecessarily. She was a valuable member to society. But three, so that justice can prevail and, retribution is paid to her family. If that was, someone who works at the FBI or someone who works at the, Department of Justice, if that was someone in their family, they would spare no expense, um, whether no resource to bring that perpetrator to justice. They have the 6 names of the people. There's no reason why they should not have been at least gone to trial, right? We have due process. I'm not saying, lock them up and throw away the key. What I am saying, though, is that everybody deserves their day in court. So that video circulating online is more than enough evidence, in my personal opinion, to begin, an investigation. The fact that they threw it out citing insufficient evidence, that doesn't sit well with me at all. Um, I'm really glad that the family is suing. I really am glad that, that this is garnering national attention once more. Unfortunately, 2 years after her passing, but justice delayed is not necessarily always justice denied. So hopefully something can come out of this, some kind of, not going even beyond the monetary damages, but some kind of statute put in place that, maybe Shanquella's law or something that can protect young women who travel. I used to travel all the time when I was younger with friends. I haven't been to Mexico, but I've been to, other places internationally. And, I shudder to think that that they would, gang up and, assault me. I mean, when you're out of the country, I remember one trip where I didn't know anyone. I went essentially by myself, but I was meeting people there. And, I became really close to the people that I met there. But, and this wasn't just like a random trip, this was a university. I don't want you guys to be like, where's she going? No, it was, it was actually a school, but I was a new student, right? And so now, I met my roommate and she was real cool. We became close. We made friends with other people, other university students studying abroad. But, you know, you're vulnerable. It's basically you against the world, And when I had another experience to where I was traveling with people and we were working overseas in Europe. This is a completely different experience, but we were traveling together and we missed our train and we were essentially like sleeping, taking turns watching each other while we were like on sleep duty. I had to trust these people. I did not know them before. We were there the entire summer. So we met in June and we left in August. But before June, I didn't know these people. And my you know, my my instinct on one hand was just like, oh my gosh, these are essentially strangers. But we were like the only Americans for, however many miles. But we had to come together and trust each other. Now, granted, there were cops that were like circling around and protecting us, European cops over there. But It was crazy. I've never done that before, and I'll probably never do it again because I'm older and wiser, and I don't take those chances anymore. But during that time, of course, we didn't mean to miss our train, so we were essentially sleeping in the train station. I didn't sleep that well, obviously, but we did take turns kind of watching each other's back. People that we didn't even know, people from all over the country. It was like three of them were from California. One girl was, went to Hampton, so she was cool. Um, and not to say the others weren't cool, but I just didn't know them as well. The girl who went to Hampton was my roommate. But then I had another girl from California who was my roommate. We had a suite that we were living in a hotel. We had people from, I think it was like Miami. It was a couple guys from Louisiana. It was all over the country. And you couldn't travel to different places by yourself. That was a rule, which is great. And you would think that, because of protection, right? You don't want to be out there alone. So my heart just goes out to Shanquella and her family, because when you do travel with people, even if you don't know them that well, you hopefully hope against hope. You pray to the Lord that they are trustworthy. And I'm so grateful that, I didn't have that horrible experience, because she called these people her friends, and for them to not help her, for them to record her, it's horrific. And they're in my opinion, justice needs to be served. So I applaud her family for seeking justice on behalf of Shanquella. May she rest in peace. You guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't travel by yourself. And vet your friends. And I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.